Hey guys, welcome back to the Root Hack podcast. I'm your host Rushen. I hope all of you all had a great week, and especially me. I was very happy to see the festivals back at home, the celebration, the fireworks, food and everything. So last week we discussed about a controversial topic. I challenged the common notion that productivity is the ultimate goal. Instead, I argued that staying busy can have hidden benefits, even if it means sacrificing productivity. Do check out the previous episode if you are someone who is tired of feeling guilty for not being productive enough. I assure you that episode is definitely for you. And do not forget to share your thoughts with me. So today, we are going to talk about a topic that is dear to my heart. And it is about life transitions. Life transitions are a part of everyone's life, and they can be both exciting and challenging at the same time. From starting a new job, to getting married, to moving to a new city, to having kids, and to having go through a divorce, life transitions can bring a mix of emotions. You might feel excited, scared, uncertain, and even grief at times. And sometimes it can be a roller coaster of emotions. As someone who has gone through several significant life transitions, I can attest to how difficult they can be. But I have also learned that navigating these transitions can help you grow, develop resilience, and discover new aspects of yourselves. That is why I wanted to dedicate this episode to exploring the topic of life transitions and how to navigate them successfully. So, whether you are going through a major life transition right now, or just curious about how to navigate change in your life, I think you will find this episode insightful and helpful. So, let's dive in. A life transition is any major change or shift in your life that requires you to adjust your behaviors, your habits, and routines. Life transitions can be positive, negative, or a mix of both, and they can be planned or unexpected. Hey, so let me tell you about my dear friend Alice. She recently moved from Manchester to London for a new job opportunity, which was a massive change for her. She was excited about the new job, but also a bit nervous about adjusting to life in a new city. Once Alice started her new job, she had to go through a set of new challenges, like learning new skills that is required for the job, and getting to know new co-workers and put up with their drama, and navigating the busy city streets of London. She missed her old home back in Manchester and friends, and she was feeling overwhelmed by all the changes she was going through. But Alice is a trooper, and she did not let the difficulties get her down. She started exploring the city's neighborhoods, trying out new foods, and going to social events. She also joined a running club and made some new friends who are sharing her love of running. Over time, Alice began to feel more settled and comfortable in London. She's still figuring out some of the challenges of her new job, but she is also learning a lot and enjoying the work. She is grateful for the opportunity to make a fresh start and to experience life in a new city. Each of these transitions bring its own unique set of challenges and emotions. For example, moving to a new city can be exciting and full of new opportunities, but it can also be so scary and lonely as you adjust to a new environment which you haven't experienced before. Starting a new job is a great way to advance your career, but it can also be stressful as you have to learn new skills and adapt to a new work culture and co-workers. So, why did I choose this topic? Why transitions so difficult and challenging for many people? Well, transitions often disrupt your sense of stability and routine, which can lead to uncertainty because you have no clue what the fuck is going to happen next, and that makes you anxious and also stressful. When we are in a state of transition, we do not know what to expect, and it's quite unsettling. Transitions can also force you to confront your fears and certain insecurities in your life. Starting a new job will make you worry that you are not good enough or that you won't fit in with your new colleagues. It's a common fear we all have. Life transitions can also be emotionally draining in some occasions. Imagine experiencing the loss of a loved one. It can be deeply emotional and challenging transition that requires many resources like time and support to heal from that. And it could take a considerable amount of time too. My point is that life transitions can be complex and challenging, but they are also a natural part of life. So you must educate yourself about it. So when we talk about life transitions, there are 3 stages that people typically go through. Let's go back to Alice's story. She had been living in London for a couple of years, and she loved her life there. She had a great job, a lovely apartment, and a close group of friends. However, Alice's company decided to close their office in London, which meant she would have to move to another city for a new job. She was devastated because once again she has to say goodbye to her friends, leave her apartment, and start all over again in a new city. This is the first stage of life transitions, and it is called endings, quote unquote, which is all about letting go of the old and familiar things in your life that are coming to an end. This stage can be emotional and even painful, but it is a necessary part of moving on to something new. After Alice graduated from college, she found herself in a period of transition where she was in between her old life as a student and her new life as a young professional. She was no longer in school but had not yet started her career. During this stage, Alice found herself feeling anxious about what the future held for her. She was no longer a student with a clear sense of purpose and direction, but she also was not yet established in her new career. And this is the next stage, what we refer to as the neutral zone, quote unquote. This is a period of adjustment and exploration where you find yourself figuring out what you want to do with your life and how to get there. You are not quite in the new beginning yet, but you are also not fully in the old life anymore. This stage can be confusing and disorienting because you are not sure what to expect or how to move forward. Fast forwarding few years into the future, Alice found herself married for several years, but things had not been going well between her and her husband. It came to a point where they wanted to end things between each other and get a divorce. She spent time grieving the loss of her marriage and adjusting to her new life without her partner. However, as time went on, Alice began to feel a sense of freedom and possibility. She started to explore new hobbies that she had previously put aside because of the marriage, and she began to reconnect with old friends and make new ones. She also decided to go back to school to pursue a degree in her respective field, and she was passionate about it. And this one is called New Beginnings. And this stage is all about starting fresh and building something new. This is where you take what you have learned from the past and apply it to create a brand new future for yourself. Now, everyone experiences these stages differently. Some of you move through them quickly while others might take longer. And you can experience a range of emotions during each stage. In the ending stage, you might feel sad, angry, and hate. And if you're in the neutral zone, you might feel confused what is ahead, uncertain and anxious. And in the new beginning stage, you would often feel excited, hopeful, and fear. So how can you navigate each stage successfully without fucking up? Well, let me give you some tips. Now, during the ending stage, it is important to give yourself time to grieve and process the loss. Be kind to yourself and allow yourself to feel the emotions that come up. Do not neglect them or try to bottle up. Reach out to someone if you need emotional support. If you're in the neutral zone, try to focus on yourself. Take time and explore your options, because in this stage, often you would ask yourself what the fuck you should do next. And this can help you feel more grounded and give you a sense of direction. It's a good time to reflect on what you want for your future. And finally, during the new beginning stage, try to stay open-minded and flexible. It is okay if things don't go exactly as you planned. It is not the end of the world. Embrace the opportunities and challenges that come your way. And don't be shy or be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Just remember that navigating life transitions is a process, and it is okay to take things one day at a time. Once again, let's take a look at Alice's story. When she was going through shitty times, she learned to focus on the present moment and let go of worries about the future and regrets about the past. Alice started practicing mindfulness meditation every day, even if it was just for a few minutes. It helped her stay centered and calm. And this is one strategy that will help you cope up with life transitions. Mindfulness. Practice it and see results for yourself. During Alice's divorce, she struggled with insomnia and dealt with a lot of stress. So she made it a priority to take care of her physical and emotional well-being. She forced herself to get some sleep, eat healthy as often as possible, exercise regularly, and take time for herself to relax and chill. So, take care of yourself. It is really important. And finally, Alice learned to reframe negative thoughts and focus on the positive ones. Instead of dwelling on the pain and uncertainty of what's ahead of her, she tried to see it as an opportunity for growth and new beginnings. She made a list of all the things she was grateful for in her life. And she found ways to cultivate a positive outlook during tough times. These coping strategies can be applied to any stage of your life when you are going through a major transition. With these strategies, you can navigate life's transitions with greater ease and resilience. Alright, so let's talk about what is next. So, you have made it through the different stages of a life transition. You have ended the old chapter, navigated through the neutral zone, and stepped into a new beginning. So what comes next? And how do you move forward after a life transition is complete? I'm so glad you asked. The first step, and one of the best favors you can do to yourself, is to set goals. When you set goals, you give yourself something to work towards, and it brings a sense of purpose. These goals can be big or small, short-term or long-term. It doesn't matter. No fucks given. For example, if you have recently gone through a divorce and moved to a new city, your short-term goal might be to find a new place to live, because that is priority. You can't be going after another person while not having a roof over your head. Your long-term goal may or may not be to find a partner. And in order to execute that, you must socialize with other people in the new community. As the next step, you can consider building a support network. A strong support network can help you through the challenges and uncertainties that come with a life transition. Now, this step might not be for everybody because some of you have the mental strength to do shit on your own without the help of others. This network can include friends, family members, co-workers, or support groups. You might find it helpful to connect with others who have gone through similar life experiences, as they can offer empathy and practical advice at the same time. It is highly advisable for you to try this step. And another way to move forward is to create a new sense of purpose. Life transitions can be an opportunity to reassess your values, passions, and certain goals in life. Think about what you truly give a fuck about and how you want to contribute to the world. This can help you create a new sense of direction and meaning in your life. Be patient with yourself and celebrate your progress along the way. You should be your own cheerleader. Build that mentality, and it's fucking amazing. It's really easy to talk about all this shit, but when you are the one who is going through a major life transition, it won't be that easy. I get it, I understand. So, again, I tell you, don't beat yourself up if you are dealing with some shit. Take it easy, one step at a time. I hope you learned something valuable from this episode, and if you did, share with someone who needs to hear this message. Check out my previous episodes for some real talk just like this topic. You can listen to this podcast on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeart, and other major podcast platforms. Search for Root Hack Podcast on any platform I mentioned, and you should be able to easily find the podcast. Hit subscribe so you won't miss out on future episodes. Also, I have a brand new newsletter published. The name is Mindful Doubt. It is a weekly newsletter, and I have already posted the first article on the launch day itself. Link will be in the description. Go and check it out. If you have a LinkedIn account, you can sign in and subscribe to the newsletter. We have already reached the 250 subscriber mark within the first week of the launch, and I'm super excited for the future of the newsletter, man. I really hope you will enjoy my written content, and I can't wait to publish more. And also, if you are still listening to this, you are a real one, and I truly appreciate you. I'll catch you in the next episode. Until then, take care of yourself and take care of each other. Peace.